Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I am super excited to have you here with me today. If you don't know me, my name is Kenzie. I am your witchy sister Kens, and I am going to talk about shadow work with you all today. Before I get into it, I just want to say I'm filming at a weird time. I'm freshly showered in my jammies, and I just felt like it was a good time to record this because I like doing my shadow work at night after I'm showered in my jammies and I have all my lovely candles lit behind me. So it just felt like the right time to make the video about it. So that's why I look a little bit different. My hair looks damp and I'm not fully put together, but it felt right. So without further ado, let's get into what is shadow work. And I'm going to read off my phone because I wrote everything down on here so I don't forget anything, because I'm really bad for just not scripting my videos and then I ramble, but then I leave out a bunch of stuff that's important. So I said, you're basically reaching deep down into your hidden self, what you keep in the shadows, and scooping all that up and plopping it out into words. Your traumas, struggles, stressors, and what's causing you to feel that way. This can include inner child and teen work as well, which are pretty self-explanatory. You're simply healing your younger self with knowledge you know now. You're putting those past anxieties to rest and relieving yourself from the baggage you've been carrying ever since. So that's pretty much the definition of it. You're just taking the part of yourself that you really shove down and try and not talk about or express, or you're trying just to get rid of it. You don't want to have anything to do with it. It haunts you. We're gonna get into why you should be doing it. I used to think, no, I don't need to do this. I'm fine. I don't have anything. I'm very one with myself, you know. But I did some easy stuff to start out and realized that it is really helpful, and you will find things out that you didn't know about yourself. And it's also very common thinking to think that you don't need to do shadow work, but you do. Everyone does. It's really important. Once you begin writing, it tends to just flow. If you start crying, yelling, screaming, you're doing it right. And if you aren't, you are also doing it right. Everyone reacts to these emotions differently. You will learn a lot about yourself. I was 22 years old when I started and began getting answers to a lot of things I had done in the past. It all came together and finally made sense. So next is how to begin. Grab a notebook or piece of paper and a nice pen, pencil, whatever writing utensil you want to use. But once you feel like this might be something you are interested in to stick to, go and treat yourself, babe. Like, go buy a nice notebook and a nice pen. Next is hop on Pinterest and look up shadow work, inner child, inner teen healing writing prompts. I have a lot on my Pinterest. I will link it below. I just find Pinterest is really good for that kind of stuff. There are some good blogs out there too. So definitely, if you search something up, you'll probably find like a really nice blog. Another thing you can do is collect some comfort items you would have loved as a child that you never could have or got. The satisfaction you receive from that is magical, in my opinion. So I collect Bratz and Little's Pet Shops, and I collect a lot of the ones that I had as a kid, but also some that I wasn't able to get as a kid. So I'm reliving a little bit of my childhood. I'm healing that little girl that loved those toys, and it's so nostalgic, and it's just really nice, and I appreciate that I am able to do that. And I have a partner who is very helpful with that for me. Sometimes things will come up on his Facebook marketplace and we'll go get it because it's a Little's Pet Shop house or something, or like he bought me the Bratz Rock Angels plane for Christmas because I told him that I really wanted it because I didn't get to have it as a kid. I can't remember where I was because I got distracted with my dogs. But yeah, just treat yourself to things that you wanted as a kid or even as a teen. Like if you were into makeup but you didn't have the money to buy like a nice eyeshadow palette, go buy yourself a nice eyeshadow palette. You can also create your own prompts. It does not have to be something you find on the internet. If you just want to journal about something specific, that is also shadow work. You're getting in tune with your shadow side. Also, if you aren't a writer, you could use a prompt and paint something that is related to that. So you're expressing that in more of a creative outlet. So it's really good to work on healing that child and then the teen, and then maybe do some specific shadow work or do it all kind of, I don't know. I find it's very specific to the person, but definitely do all three. Take your time, and if you are feeling very like a lot of emotions, that's totally fine. Don't feel ashamed and like express it. You don't ever have to share this with anyone either. This is like a diary. You wouldn't share a diary with someone. Definitely make sure you are in a very comfortable environment, somewhere where you might not get disturbed or something like that, because you want to be comfortable. That's why I always do it after I had my shower. I'm in my comfortable pajamas. I have my candles lit. It's nighttime. I can go to bed after. And it's just kind of a nice, releasing, refreshing moment, I guess. And it's nice before bed because you can put all your stressors into that writing and then just close the notebook, go to bed, and all that tension is now put into paper and it's released pretty much. Because once it's on paper, you're putting it into the universe and it's going away. But I have some really good prompts for the inner child, inner teen, and shadow work. So for the inner child, I have describe your favorite childhood memory, write a letter to little you, how does your inner child feel about you today, how did your childhood shape your view on love. For inner teen, what part of your teen years would you change? What needs were not met in my teen years? Write a letter to your teen self. For shadow work, describe a place where you feel safe and most at ease. Why is it meaningful to you? What does a safe space look like, feel like, smell like to you? And what is something someone has done to you that you'll never forgive them for? So those are kind of more overall, whereas your inner teen and child are very specific. And I find too, to go on this healing journey, have a little picture of you somewhere. Like I know RuPaul, I think, did for his home screen was a little picture of him. Some people have them on their altars. Some people have them like in frames by their doorway, or just somewhere where you can see it almost every day. And you can just talk to yourself and you can just say, I got you. Don't worry about it. I've got it from here. You can relax. You can be a kid. And then the same kind of goes for a teen too, because when you're a kid, you're very innocent and you're taking on either a lot of responsibilities that you shouldn't have, or you're going through a lot of things that you shouldn't have, and you can't be a kid at some points. And then when you're a teen, you're going through a lot more because you are also growing and going through puberty and all that good stuff. But you're also getting to the age where you're starting to realize a lot of life things, and that can be really hard. I think it's just really good to work on shadow work. Sometimes you can start with shadow work and then do simple prompts, and then you can kind of go with those prompts after you kind of get a hang on it, and then go to your inner child and inner teen. Oh, for Pete's sake, Quince. I know shadow work, like when I first started shadow work, or like looking into it, I was kind of like, this is a lot easier than I thought, because I thought for some reason it was very dark and you were working with like spirits and stuff, which you can channel in your ancestors and your deities and your spirits and guides and everything to kind of accompany you with that, which is kind of what I do. I always light my candles for everybody, ask them just for some company. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this more of a cozy video. I don't know. And I hope you got some nice pointers, some nice tips for doing some shadow work. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.